Are you a networking professional that's looking to increase your automation skills and managing IT networks with Python? If this applies to you, then this is a book that will set you on your path to mastering Python networking. I have read Mastering Python Networking, 3rd edition by Eric Chou, a technologist with more than 20 years of experience. This book is intended for networking professionals to help those of us who are on our journey from a more traditional IT networking platform to a software-driven platform. This book effectively provides the background information with several different Python packages used in IT network management and automation. The Python libraries include PECspec, Paramiko, NetMiko, Norner, ScapeI, along with Ansible, which is written in Python. In the first 12 chapters of this book, there are more than 150 files and more than 5,000 lines of code to learn from. And from my first reading of this book, I've already began learning about several different tools and concepts in network management, network security, and automation. My intent is to review my top 4 favorite aspects about this book, Mastering Python Networking. My plan over the next several months is to go back through each chapter thoroughly, reviewing all the topics and taking time to lab and master everything in all the chapters. I'll then make subsequent blog posts of my work. The first thing about this book that I would like to discuss is the foundational knowledge that it provides to networking professionals in many different areas. The topics in the book are much deeper in scope that can be effectively contained in a 500-page book, but it sets you up well to have a start to learning several different platforms. There are many resources included, like links to websites that complement the material introduced in each chapter. Each of the 15 chapters cover topics that could easily fill several different books. However, each chapter contains enough information to have a solid foundation to build upon. The second aspect would be the many different code examples and resources that are very helpful as well. The code examples are set up so that we're able to follow along with the physical labs or virtual labs that we may be working with, like Cisco Viral or GNS3. The book helps to put us in a position to learn about several different automation tools, and it provides a great background that explains the need and usefulness of many different tools. For example, Chapter 7 is very detailed and explains Simple Network Management Protocol, also known as SNMP, along with related Python libraries. There is also some great information on visualization libraries in Python, like Matplot library and PyGal. And these both are used to graph network data to give network engineers useful information. The author of the book, Eric Chou, leans on his significant experience to help us better understand many real-world issues working in IT. While explaining the need and usefulness of automation tools, for those who don't have much experience but they're looking to increase their skills in Python programming and network automation, this is all very valuable information. One of my favorite non-technical aspects of the book is contained in chapter 14, beginning on page 478. Eric is discussing the Change Advisory Board, also known as CAB. And this is a way that many organizations make changes to their IT network. It's a process by which the network engineer will write out propose detailed changes to the network, and you'll have it peer reviewed, and these changes are then presented to their board for approval or denial. Eric then explains that although the CAB process may seem reasonable, the problem is that the write-ups and meetings are very time-consuming, and it's not a good use of time for high-level engineers who have many other things that they should be concentrating on. Eric then describes a much more efficient method to make changes to network, and is known as the continuous integration process. And for those of us who lack the many years of experience in IT, this type of information is very valuable. Lastly, I really appreciate the wealth of information that's contained in the chapters that are describing the many different services that are in Amazon Web Services and Azure Cloud Networking. And also there's a chapter on Git and GitHub. And these are platforms that can help network professionals in many different ways. And again, for those who don't have much experience in dealing with all those platforms yet, I feel like this is a great introduction to those services. I highly recommend this book for IT networking professionals who are looking to increase their overall level of knowledge and skill by using Python to automate your tasks. The best way that I can see to use this book is to go through each chapter thoroughly, do a deep dive on each resource, while also continuing to build your Python programming skills. This is not a book that you can read once or twice and put it back on your bookshelf. This is the kind of book that you should continually refer back to in your effort to build your skills and master Python networking.